We had a discussion on the PO release strategy. Okay, so the same case, okay, we can do for the PR also. PR release strategy we can do, PO release strategy we can do. Okay, again we can do for the agreements we can do, scheduling agreements we can do. Okay, contracts we can do, service entry sheet we can do. Okay, so for these all we can do the release strategy. Okay, so what is the difference here for the PR release strategy? PR release strategy, I can configure at header level and or I can do it to item level. Okay, but for the PO release strategy or PO or contract or scheduling agreements or anything, okay, contracts or scheduling agreement, okay, and service entry sheet, yes, RFQ, all these we can do only header level. Okay, so we generally call PR is the internal document, right? For internal document, if you want, you can do in the header level, item level. But PO and the contracts, these are all will go to external document. These are all external document. It will go to the vendor, right? So these are all performed by vendor, right? So these are all header level. Only we can do only header level. We cannot do. It's not possible to do the item level release strategy. So what is the difference between header level and item level? Okay, if it is a header level, what will be happen? I can release the PO at a time for entire all the items. Okay, if I PR is the item level, what you do? Each and every line item you have to go and you have to release that. That means each and every line item it will be triggered a release strategy. Sir, why there is a two options, header level and item level? Because PR, when you creating the PR, okay, we are getting the requirements from the different departments. Like if I get the HR department, I will create the one line item. If I get the administrative department, again I'll be creating different line item. Again, like we will get the different cost centers, the requirement, or it may be from the sales order, it may be from the production order. The requirements are different, right? Altogether, if I create one PR, okay, then the levels are each and every line item, the approvers are different. So those cases you can do item level, okay? Or if it is only header level, then it automatically releasing the all the items. Okay, so only PR it is possible header level and item level. We can do we can do either header level or we can do item level. But for the external documents, we can do only header level. It is not possible to do item level. So interview point of view, they will ask question like, okay, is that possible to create the item level release strategy? Okay. So you can say it is possible only for the PR, it is not possible for the other external documents. Okay, or they will directly ask, is this possible? Can we create item category release strategy for the PO? Then you can say no, it is not possible. We can do only header level. The reason why, because this is the external document we are sending to one vendor. Okay, so the higher level it will be buyer group. Those are purchasing group. They will taking the responsibility of this entire PO. Okay, he will be the approval will be only header level. Any questions?
No, no.
Okay. Now, sir, how the system will understood that whether it is header level or item level? Okay. So if it is header level item or for the PR, what you need to do? The process will be the remaining same. Okay, there is no different. Okay, one which is different is communication structure. So communication structure will be different for communication structure is different for here is the CE Kikovo and for PO it is sorry so PR C band, okay, and for PO CE KKO, and for contracts and scheduling agreement also it is CE KKO, and for service center sheet is CSSR, okay, and for RFQ also it is same. For RFQ also it is the same CE KKO, okay, clear? So what is the communication structure? What do you mean by communication structure? Guru, what is the communication structure?
Yes, sir.
What is the communication structure? What do you mean by communication structure? Communication structure.
Different PRs.
In SC11, we can see the fields. We can see the fields from the database table. That is from CE KKO. Okay, or we can from the C band.
PO level CE KKO.
Yeah, so these are the characteristics. So, to define the characteristics, we are taking this table as a reference. These tables are reference for fields. Correct or not?
Yeah,
so
correct.
from industry 11 nunchi, so from the SC11, whatever the CE KKO or CE band, from these fields only you have to take as a characteristics. Parameters, what parameters it should be matched. So yesterday we discussed, right? Purchasing group, purchasing organization, company code, plant, material number, purchase group. So like we have the different fields, right? So there, what are the parameters we are considering? The net order value, purchasing group, supply vendor. So what parameters it should be matched and how, when should be triggered the release strategy. Okay? Right? Now, let's see how the system will understood that header level and item level release strategy. Okay, for PR, only for the PR it is possible. Okay, go to PR configuration and material management. In the material management, if you go to material management purchasing, in the purchasing, if you go to purchase requisition, in the purchase requisition, go to release strategy, release procedure, and the procedure without classification. And if you go to here, we have the setup. Okay, but for PR, how system will understood the whether header and item level release strategy, you have to go in the document type level. In the document type, okay, you have to be select that if it is a release strategy, the header level. Okay, you need to be select this one header level. If you selected this one, that means it will be overall release. That means header level. If you not selected this one, then the system will consider each item for the release strategy. Clear? And the communication structure is for this PR, CE, band. C band is the communication structure. From here, you need to be take the all the fields like you whatever you want to consider plan, purchasing group, or it might be the total value of item. Okay, or it might be cost centers or whatever might be. You can consider from these fields. Clear?
Yes, sir. Every strategy there is a different communication code.
Yeah, every document, every purchasing document, the communication structure will be different. Okay, that's why I said, right. For this PR, it is a C band.
Even SQL.
Okay, and for this PO, contracts, schedule agreements, and RFQs, it is a CEKKO. And for entry set, it is CESSR. I think it is CESR. I have doubt on the service entry set, but let's see. CESSR only, I think. Yeah, this is the for service entry set. CESSR. Okay.
Okay.
So, like you can, the process will be same. You have to create the characteristics, you have to create the class, and you have to create the release group, and you have to assign the release group, and assign the send a class to release group. You have to define the release codes and indicators, and then you
And
have to
release
define the
codes.
strategies. But what we need to understand here, you can use only one class for all these things. For external documents, it is the one class, and PR you can use the one more class. Why? Because okay, once you define from the structure CKO, it will be the same for the all. So the common parameters should be matched. Clear?
Clear.
So you cannot do for one release group different class and another release group in the different class. You have to use the same release class, same class for the all the group. Okay. So let's do that. How it will be works. Now, what I'm doing now again I'm defining for the BR. Okay, PR underscore. I'm just taking the purchasing group this time. Purchasing group and for the okay, let's say we can have ZMM underscore PR purchase group underscore PR. For PR, I'm just creating. Okay, you can create anything characteristics. That's not a problem. Okay. Now I'm just taking the field name from this table. So C band. From C band, what is the field name? Purchase group field name. So here the purchasing group field name is EKGRP. So C band, okay, and enter the field name EKGRP. Then the above dictionary it is coming automatically the fields, purchase group, number of characteristics, and I can use the multiple values or single value. If you define the single value, then you can select only one. Okay, let's go to the single value, how it will work. I will show you. Okay, now I am just assigning here some default purchasing groups. I'm just assigning here. I'm just assigning here some defaultly, but how the single value will be work, I will display here. So then you can select additional values if you want, or you can leave it about that. That's not a problem. Okay, now save. Now again, I'm just creating document type for document type DT. Document type DT underscore PR. Okay. Now I'm just creating the parameters here, and what is the table name? C band, and what is the field name for the document type? Okay, the document type field name is BSART, I think. Yeah, this is the okay BSART. Okay, so now BSART the field name. So again, it is copying from here. Okay, and I'm just putting this multiple values. I just want to show you both what it will happen. Okay, and you just to select the additional value. What it will be happen additional value? I think I already explained yesterday, but again I'm showing this. What is the purpose of additional values? And what is the purpose of the single and multiple. Yesterday we had a discussion on all the multiple, right? Now I will discuss one is the single value and one is the multiple value. Now let's take simply, we just going to the parameters like only document type and purchasing group. Okay. Okay, now let's create the class. So again I'm just creating the class here, class underscore PR. Okay, and the class type. This is also one interview point of question. What is the class type for the release strategy? 032. Why? Because okay, uh, we have different class types we are using in the different procedures. A PP consultant can use the different class type. MM consultant can use the different class types. Okay, SD team they can use the different class types. So they are different. So we are especially using for the release strategy. We are using here. So now class for what? Class for PR. I'm just creating a description here, and now I need to assign my characteristics here. So PG underscore PR and ZMM underscore what is the document type, right? Document type DT underscore PR. Now it is copied here. I'm saving this one. So now characteristics are ready. That means my release strategy should be work based on these two parameters. Characteristics, what is the characteristics? Document type and purchasing group. Okay. Now I'm defining that. Now release strategy, I'm going to the PR release strategy. Okay. And go to release group. Okay. And here already it is there. Okay. I cannot use the same class. I have the one class. I want to use that one class. So here I said, what is the, I said, you cannot delete directly release group. Okay. First you need to be delete the release strategies. Okay. Then you have to delete the release codes. Then you need to delete the release group. Okay. Clear? So if you want to
Clear.
delete the existing parameters, if you want to exist the existing release group is the delete the existing release group, then you need to be delete the from the down to up. You have to come from the down to up. This is very important. Okay. So please make a point this one and remind this one. Okay. And select this one and delete. And so I'm deleting release strategies first. Then so release indicator is not dependent. Okay, if you want, you can keep it like this, or if you want, you can delete and you can create again. What is the purpose of this release indicators? Whether the level will be released or not, right? So here, if you selected release, there is a checkbox like it is released. Okay, whether you are going to release to for the PO, whether you are going to release for the quotation, whether you are going for the release to the planning. Okay. So when it is or, you need to be select these all three. Okay. So this is indicator. So whether we can delete or we can keep it the same, that's not a problem. There is no problem here. Okay. Now, and I'm just deleting the release codes. Wherever it is dependent, that means the group it is connected. Okay. In the strategies it is connected with the group, and again here also it is connected with group. So you are deleting directly the group, then it is problem. So you have to delete the what are the assignments which is done for the group. Those first you have to delete, then you can finally delete your group. Now select all and click on delete and save. Okay. Now this is done. Now release groups. So release, now I can delete the release group because this assignment, whatever the release group which is assigned to the other codes and strategies, those are already deleted. Now I can freely delete this one. I am deleting this one. Save. Now I can, if it now it's everything free. Now there is no release group and there is no release codes and there is no release strategies. Okay. Now what I can do, I can create my own release group. So let's create one release group, RG, okay, or we can create like RA, something we can create. It's not a record. Okay, if you want to be do header level release strategy, you need to select here. At a document type level, one checkbox, and here also you have to select this one checkbox. Then only it will be work header level PR release strategy. Okay, so this is enter point of question. How PR header level release strategy will be work. Okay, so you need to be selecting the document type level, the header level, overall release, and release strategy level. At a release group level, you have to select the overall release. Okay, then ZMM underscore class underscore PR, right? So I have assigning my release group to release class. Is that same? The class is correct? Is that correct? Class is correct? ZMM underscore class underscore
Yes.
is correct. Okay, so again I'm just going to that. I created my groups, release group. Now I need to define the different approvers. Okay, so I can assign like I can create like A1, A2, A3 like that. Also I can create for A1. Sorry, this is the group, right? What is the group? We created just now RA, right? RA, and let's say A1 is a one group, and this workflow is nothing but like a whether it should be generate the mail triggering to the vendor, mail triggering to the person. If it is manager, whether I should be generate the mail triggering automation process to uh, vendor, sorry, to the manager, that will be work based on this workflow. If you need to be activate and do this one workflow, you should be have the workflow consultant also. That means technical workflow consultant should be there if you activate this workflow. Okay, and now A1 I'm just considering as manager. Okay, and RA A2 I'm just considering as a senior manager, and RA I'm just considering A3 the CFO, and RA again A4 I'm just creating like CEO. Okay, so like I'm just creating that. Okay, we can create a n number of groups we can create. Okay, but in the each strategy we can assign only 8 levels. Okay, now I created the approvals now. Okay, now what I can do, I can go to release strategy. So release indicator, it is already there, right? Blocked and unblocked, so I already informed. If you are not selected any checkbox, that means if you still release that, there is no use. Okay, so if you selected R, that means that level it is up releasing, the PR it is releasing. Okay, now again here you can point out that this changeable also. We once it is released, if you want to be re-triggered the release strategy when they are changing the PR, whether what is the purpose here? You can see that if you selected that one, you cannot change the PR. Okay, let's try this one now. Okay, okay. After releasing that, what will be happen? Okay, if you selected 4 and 6, okay, still it is possible. When it is possible, there may be parameters matching, and the value which is matching based on the you are giving value change. Okay, now go back. Now I'm defining the release strategy. The strategy, the first time start defining the strategy like what is the group RA, and what is the strategy? I'm defining like some strategy 3 or 4 something. Okay, and what is the strategy first? Less than, here I'm just putting like less than 1 lakh. So for 1 lakh release strategy, okay, what are the approvals I need? I need approval from the manager, and I need approval from the senior manager. Just think that, okay, if it is the value of PR is 1 lakh, less than 1 lakh, then I need approval from manager and senior manager. Click on the requisites, prerequisites, okay, and selecting down. Why it is selecting here? Okay, we are just telling that once it is A1 is done, then it will come to A2. Okay, that means first manager is approved, then it will go to senior manager. Okay, so you can see here the first initial status is when PR is created. Okay, no one is released, then it is blocked. Even A1 is released, that means manager released, but still it is blocked, and both are released, then it is released. Okay, if you want to be released in this case only, if a manager they want to be even manager or senior manager, if they are released, it's okay for me, then you can select here also R. Okay, so initial we are blocking to the PR until what we get approval from the all the levels. If you know it the second level only, okay, manager, if manager is approved, it's okay for me, then you can put it here only. Either one you want to be released, then you can put it both are R. Okay, continue, then save, then go to classifications and go to purchasing group, select that. See here single entry. I cannot select multiple. Okay, so I can select only single entry. That what do you mean by it is coming radio button, not check boxes. Okay, so I'm selecting one when it is single entry. Why? Because in the configuration for this characteristic I put only single entry, and when I'm talking about multiple entries, I can enter that. Okay, NB I can enter. Okay, again ZB, ZNB I can enter. So like I can select a multiple. You understand now what is the multiple and single? Multiple entries and single entries. So either NB or ZNB when it is capturing, I can get the release strategy. If it is single, then only for the 000 when it is matching, then only it will become. Yeah. Now go back and click on simulate. Whether let's see whether it will be work. Okay, initial status is blocked. Click on simulate. Okay, even if even is released. Okay, then still the second, okay, this is released, then A2 can release. Now it is status is released. Okay, this is checkbox and save. Now I did, okay, so okay, sorry, this is a less than 1 lakh, right? But we didn't take the value as a parameter. So what I can put here, strategy like for release strategy for 000 group, 000 group, buyer group. Okay. So if you want to see the net order value, you can see yesterday video. We also consider the total net order value in the yesterday video. There, you can see the how we consider the value. Now we consider only purchase group and document type. Okay. Now let's create the any PO, any PR. Let's see how it will be work. Okay. Now it's PR, right? We will go to PR. So I'm selecting document type NB, and let's take any material. The purchase organization and this one. So here, why number account assignment category is required for this. We will take some other material. Okay. Let's take anything. What is the material we have created last time? Let's take any of the one material. Okay, let's take area of material. Why it is asking 1100? 100 should be work, right? Why it is asking out of? Okay, let's give it some account assignment category. Somebody just change the material number. Okay. Let's take some other material which is maintain the purchasing data. Can I take here from purchasing data, right? Okay. So let's see if anything. Somebody they changed the settings again. Unit of measure DR not will be work. Why it is coming? Unit of measure सारा क्या बात है? It is not possible already assigned. Okay. So we'll take existing peer. But why it is not allowing for 100? Should be work, right? Yesterday only we practiced, right? So many times we practiced, we created for the peer. Again,
I also created three POs right?
we created pivots, so many, somebody they changed again. Okay, yesterday we created some RTP material, right? What is the RTP material? Let's check the RTP material. We created yesterday some material, right? M60. And for the 1100 plant, yesterday we created some material, right? LVAH or something. No, I think this is not my material. I think somebody they changed. Again, it is refreshed out, I think. The server is refreshed. Okay, let's take anything. Let's see how it will work. Okay, now see, this no commitment is not there. Again, we are getting some other problem. But let's see first what we need to do. Let's check first actually. Purchase group is 000. Okay, and I think document type NB, but it won't be work. It should be sorted out all the errors. These are old documents. If you see that all these documents are old. Let's take this copy from here. Let's see if we can create able to create. Okay. Now document type NB and what is the group? Release group. So if you can see that now, my parameters are matching for this PR. Okay, 000 is the purchase group and document type NB is the purchase, my document type. Now let's see my release strategy is triggered or not here. The item level it is released, right? Manager and senior manager. So did you see that? What is the difference between the header level and item level? So yesterday I have shown the in the pivot level, pivot header level. That means I can do only header level. There. So in the item level, when you are doing, so whenever you are doing for again I'm doing for this one. Okay. Again for this second also you will get separately the release strategy. Okay. So it's not activated. Okay. Let's take one more line item. Okay. Like we can take one more line item. When the parameters are matching, that means my document type and purchase group is matching, then automatically the system will trigger the relay strategy for all. So now see here, the same, the first line item it is 000. Okay, so that means it is matching my parameter and document type NB it is matching. Then it is relay strategy is triggering. But if I go to second one, the line item second, okay, again there is no release strategy here because it is 100. Okay, it will not be triggered. If I change this to 000, then only it will be triggered. So you can see here now the second line item also it is triggered release strategy. Like again prod item. So when the parameters are matching, the release strategy will be triggered. Okay. So but it is a item level. If it should be a header level. What you can do, you can go to document type level and let's go to that also. What you need to do first, if it should be triggered in the header level, what you need to do, you have to be select overall release in PR document type level. So where is the PR document type? The document type level, you have to go to document type level and go to NB and NB level, you have to select that at header level. Let's select the head overall release. One selection here. Okay, that means this document type, whatever PR it is created, it is header level. Then again the release strategy level, go to release group. In the release group level, you need to be select for this at header overall release. Then the system will consider that okay, when this match, at least if it is matching these parameters, then system will trigger automatically. Okay, it will be triggered automatically the header level release strategy. Clear? Any doubts?
No, no. I just wanted to try once again to PR.
Right. So just try that one. Okay. So it is very easy.
Okay.
Okay. If you are doing on correctly everything, if you are matching all the parameters, it will be work based on the your release strategy. Clear?
Yeah, clear, sir.
So I have another class I have to go, but I will show you that how it will be work header level. Here, if I entered I selected the header level, right? So if you see that, I can see in the header level, the manager and senior manager. Before that, it is coming each line item. Now it is coming at the header level. When it is coming in the header level, all the line items will be released. If it is item level, then you have to release for each line item. That is the difference between the header level and the item level.
Yes.
But then the class is over.